Hi, Cancer. Welcome to Divine Love Tarot. I'll be doing your love relationship reading for the month of June 2017. Okay, so Cancers, we have some birthdays coming up. Summertime. Oh my God, I hope everybody's got their summer bodies ready, right? Ha. I don't think my body has changed from the winter, so summer's just gonna have to accept me the way they am, right? And that's a Cancer thing, right? That's what Cancers do. They are the not necessarily the lovers, but you guys, once you love someone, you're not letting that person go. It's very hard for you to let that person go. You love people, flaws and all. Okay, so here we are. I'm shuffling the cards, trying to get a feel for what's going on with my Cancers for the month of June 2017. And sorry that these readings are late, but this is my first time recording my readings. Okay, especially doing readings for general. It's a little bit more difficult. So some I've had to do over. Some I just had to do over. That's just how I am sometimes. Okay, that kind of felt good there. All right, so we're gonna give this one more shuffle. I'm gonna cut, and then we're gonna go ahead and start the reading. Okay. All right, what's going on? So Cancers, we're gonna do a past, present, and future spread. So let's start with the cards that are in your past. All right, represent your past. So the first card we have is the Six of Pentacles. Next card we have the Lovers. You guys kind of are the Lovers, right? Is that what I said? Is that what I said? Even though the Lovers represent Gemini, but when I think of Cancer, I think of Lovers because you guys tend to offer that unconditional love. And then the last card in your is the Ace of Swords. Okay, so let's start with your reading. Okay, Cancer. So in your past position, the first card I pulled was the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is a card of could represent a card of generosity. You see here, this man, he's giving away his pentacles, but there's strings attached. With consideration. So he may give, but there may be conditions. He's not really helping anyone to be better than himself. Okay, that's kind of the symbol of this card. Or this man is giving, and these people they've got their hands out, but they really have nothing to offer him in return. Okay, and it can also denote someone who in a relationship who does things in order to receive sexual favors. Okay, so hey, I'll do this for you, but what they want back from you, and they definitely want something back for you, and it's usually sex. It can also symbolize someone who helped you, but wanted to dictate how you proceeded after that. So maybe I gave you a loan, and then I wanted to tell you how you could spend that money. But let's go into the love aspect of it. So it can denote an inequality of power. Okay, it can indicate fairness. The health of the relationship is directly linked to the fairness and equality. Okay, from each partner. It can also symbolize a provider. Right, one person's a provider and another person has a more needy energy. One person may be giving and giving and giving while the other person is just taking. They're shamelessly just taking whatever you have to give, and maybe they don't have much to offer in return. All right, so once again, the balance of power is kind of off. And you see scale on this card indicates that that's the main issue, okay, in this relationship is the balance of power. Or in that relationship, this particular relationship in the past, the balance of power may not have been equitable, okay? Um, In a more positive light, it may tell you that your partner admired you greatly. Okay. Um, so that's one of the positive aspects of this card. And a give and take relationship, one person giving, the other person taking, is not always as negative as it sounds, because sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. One person is a giver and the other person's a taker, and if you're a giver, it's no sweat off your back to do for your loved one. Okay. And sometimes when a person is a taker, that doesn't necessarily, they're not doing it on purpose. It doesn't mean that they have set out to use you. It just means that that's who they are as a person. They may be self-centered, they may be a more selfish personality, and they bask in the love and the help and support that you give them. Okay. And pentacles is a sign of material support, so clearly maybe this, you have it to give and you don't mind giving it. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a negative card, but it does kind of speak of some type of tit. I like to call it tit for tat. I'll do this for you, but you've got to give me what I want. All right. So the next card is the Lovers, and everybody loves to see the Lovers in a love reading. So in this particular deck, okay, I'm gonna kind of signify the difference. In most decks, modern decks, the lovers kind of represent romantic relationships, right? It's two people coming together. Um, it can also symbolize the duality that we all experience, okay? Male, female, yin yang, approach and or avoid the relationship. In this particular deck, it represents the challenges of choosing a lover or a partner, okay? So it's not necessarily just about the people, it represents the challenges of relationships in general, okay? The decision to sacrifice your personal growth in order to be part of a partnership. Because entering in a relationship, it is a sacrifice in a sense where you do have to now not only think of yourself and think of your self development, but you have to think of yourself and your partner and develop within the constructs of the relationship. And I don't want to say constructs like it's confining or limiting, but you're no longer about self anymore, and that's a choice. That's a choice, and I don't know. So I think sometimes that a lot of people do not consider that choice when they enter into a relationship, and problems can result from that, because if you don't realize that once you come into or especially a committed relationship, you must consider your partner in certain things. It's you have to. Okay, you cannot continue to do things that only serve you, or to live your life in a self-benefiting fashion when there's another person now that is part of your life, a big part of your life. Okay? Um, it reminds us, right, of the real challenges of a romantic relationship. All right? In the past position, the foundation of your current situation is based on a particular relationship from your past. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship with the partner that you're with now, but a relationship, either depending on how old you are. If you're young, then maybe it was your parents' relationship, and whether that relationship is good or bad, it affects how you are now in your current relationship. Likewise, if you were with another person, maybe you had a previous long-term partner, and if that relationship was positive, then that probably has helped you in the new relationship that you are. But if that relationship was negative, then you might um, be reacting or reactive to your current partner based on things that happened in that previous negative relationship. Okay, so this card can also represent a new relationship or a powerful rebonding of an old relationship. Okay, so you've been brought together with this person to create this bond, and it feels good. Okay, you look at these two people. All right, they have an intimacy here. This is not just about sex. This is not just about a friendship. They are very comfortable with each other. They are clearly intimate. Okay, they're connected. So there's a purpose to this union. There's a purpose to you guys coming together. The chemistry is there. Your compatibility is high. It doesn't necessarily define the level of commitment of your relationship, but the happiness. Okay, so you guys make each other happy. This person is in your life for a reason, good or bad, as an opportunity for you to understand what is good or what is bad for you. So sometimes we come together in a relationship with a person and we have a deep love and affection for that person. And sometimes there's a lesson to be learned because if that person isn't right for you, it can be hard to let them go if that love is there, especially if you've been wanting that kind of love and wanting that kind of connection. It's going to be very difficult to let that person go. All right. So the Lover's card speaks to that loving connection, that bond between you and another person. Okay. But it doesn't necessarily say that, okay, you and this person are going to be committed forever. All right. And in the past, well, you and this person were not committed forever. There was no guarantee. So in the past position, um, did I already read that? Perhaps I did. Okay, I'm sorry. The next card in your past position is the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is kind of like the cut the BS, cut the crap card, okay? Now, in a relationship, it can signal that you are ready to start something new or move into a new plane or a new phase in your commitment or your relationship. It can also indicate that there is something about your relationship that you needed to put a stop to or that you did put a stop to. All right, because this is in the past. So there was a time where you had to speak your mind. Something was causing the relationship to suffer. All right, and that issue had to be dealt with. So you either conquered the issue as a couple or kind of, decided to walk away. All right, and this is also indicating that there was a dictatorship going on in this situation. One person might have been too blunt, too controlling, too selfish, and the other partner was frustrated by it. It can also signify two people who love to debate. So maybe you and your partner, didn't really have too many issues, but you just like to disagree with each other. In a positive note, it could indicate that this person or the person in this relationship was infatuated with you, um, or you with them. All right. So in the past position, it was a profound situation that has shaped your current foundation. So Ace of Cups, where it does, aces usually signify a new beginning. So in your past, something might have happened that shook you to your core and brought about a new beginning for you. Okay, so your life can now be defined by the day before and the day after whatever that thing is. Whatever that situation is, you can look back and definitively say that your life was changed after that situation or after that time period. All right, so that's one thing that in the past position that the Ace of Swords is telling us. All right, so let's move on to the present position. All right, so the first card that we have in the present position is the Star card. Okay, next card we have in the present position is the Chariot. Hello, Cancer. Got your card in your current position. Okay, and the next card in the current position is the Hanged Man. Okay, so let's see what's going on currently for you guys. All right, so the Star card can represent a reconnecting of your soul with the divine source, okay? So this is deep energy. This is a deep energy. This is you, um not just where like with the moon it's your emotions and you're connecting with your intuition. The Star card, you are connecting with the universe. Okay? You're connecting with life around you. Okay? You're transcending your personality. You're transcending your family and community or your reputation. This is about the freedom to be yourself. Okay, you may be feeling inspired. You could be feeling hopeful, confident. In love relationships, you're ready to move things to the next level. Okay, this also symbolizes that your partner views you as the bee's knees. Your partner thinks of you as joy personified. Okay, you give them you fill up their cups. Okay, this is not a cups card, but you see this it's kind of nakedness represents innocence, right? A time before we we chose to, well, Eve chose to eat that apple, and then Adam and Eve covered themselves. So this is a time of innocence. So he views you as a pure expression of love, or what he feels for you may be a pure expression of love, or the love that he receives from, he or she, I should say, receives from you is pure. Okay, so this is a very good card, and when it comes to a love relationship. Okay, so it's also urging you to focus on good intentions. Okay, and in anything, you should always focus on your good intentions and move forward together no matter what happens. Um, and it's also, whatever happens, good or bad, you won't be lost in the darkness. Okay, you've got that star behind you. No matter what happens, you're gonna come out roses on the other side. Okay, so when the star card is good things popping. All right. Now the next, it can also represent the astrology sign of Aquarius. Okay, so are you feeling an Aquarius? Is an Aquarius feeling you? Who knows? Okay, let me know. Next card is the Chariot. So, of course, the Chariot can represent the zodiac sign of Cancer. So, I'm just going to get that out the way since this is your reading. So, this is you, Cancer. Okay, this is definitely your energy in the present position. And the Chariot represents freedom and empowerment. Okay, it's a congratulations for a high achievement. It's victory, control, directed energy towards a certain goal. It can also represent things being done in a hurry. Okay, this Chariot card is two horses, but in traditional tarots, the chariot's on broken wheels. So that can tend to signify things that are done in a hurry or without caution. Okay, in a relationship, you may be tempted to go too far too fast, or someone is pressuring you to go too far too fast. So you want to be careful of that. You want to be able to communicate your boundaries and not move a relationship forward faster than it needs to go. All right. Sometimes we love a person a lot and we have a very deep bond with the person, a connection with the person, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to amp up the level of that commitment to each other too quickly, because you still want to allow the relationship to progress at the pace that is naturally comfortable for both partners. So if you're both on the same page, you still want to be careful. You still want to see the bigger picture, right? But the Chariot's energy is basically about moving things forward, good or bad. Okay, so it can also signify that um, you might not click with your partner, or you might see things about your relationship that are not necessarily that great, but you're still hell bent on moving this relationship forward. You come hell or high water, this relationship is moving forward. Okay, it can indicate blind willpower and loyalty. So once again, no matter what this person is doing, you are going to move, move, move. Okay, and in the beginning of the reading, when I talk about cancers and unconditional love, that is the level of your unconditional love. You will see your partner, you will see their flaws. They will make mistakes. They can mess up, and you are sticking to the agenda of getting that relationship to whatever your end goal is in that relationship. And it really takes a severe, I don't want to say severe, but it really takes something big happening to knock you off of that path. All right. So you may be experiencing triumph or victory, right? Or you may have attained something that you've wanted for a long time, but you may be a little bit insecure about being in control now, or you might be having mixed feelings about getting what you want. Okay? And the Chariot, it's a moving energy. Okay? It's about progressing. Um so once again, whether you are having mixed feelings or not having mixed feelings, you're kind of still sticking to your agenda. Right? So we move away from the Chariot. The next card in the reading is the Hanged Man. All right, so now you're at a crossroads. Um, you're at a crossroads, and this represents being unable to help yourself out of the situation independently or with independent action. So you can't move forward basically until whatever's going on in your current relationship, whatever the situation is, things are not going to move on until the situation is passed. Okay, you're basically awaiting judgment right now. So in a love relationship, it kind of symbolizes the sacrifice or sacrifices that you make or made in the relationship. Okay, you may have seen all the bad qualities in your partner, but you were okay being in this relationship. And this goes back to what I said about this Chariot card. Come hell or high water, you're moving forward. Okay, so here the Hanged Man is saying, yeah, you've seen the bad qualities, you've seen things that are questionable, you've seen things that you're not sure about, and you're stuck. You're at a crossroads because even though you were trying to move it forward, if those things keep happening, you're eventually going to get to a place where you're going to have to make a decision about what to do moving forward. Okay? And if you've stayed in a relationship and developed these strong feelings for a person that has been doing things that you may not necessarily like, this is where you end up. So right now you've got to make a decision. Okay, what's going on? Or the decision is going to be made for you. Because sometimes we stay with a person, we give them chances, and they still up and leave you one day. So right now, that's basically a situation. Or either this is your partner, okay? Your partner may want to leave this situation, and they are waiting for you to make a decision because they don't want to be the one to do it. And that happens a lot in relationships. Okay, sometimes when you find you're in a relationship with somebody and you're like, I don't understand why this person keeps doing this. They keep getting caught. It doesn't make any sense. They say they love me, but yet here they are, doing X, Y, Z. I don't understand it. It's because either consciously or subconsciously they are doing things to to force your hand. They are doing things to get you to make a decision because guess what? They don't want to be the bad guy and make a decision. So they're just waiting. They're waiting to see how far they can push you before you say, look, I can't do this anymore. Okay? And if this person sees you as the star card, if this person sees you as a wonderful and loving person, or if they think that you see them in this way, it's going to be even harder for them to walk away from you. They may not want to walk away from you, but at the same time, they may not want to give you the commitment, or they may not want to push the relationship forward the way you do. And so now they're stuck. They're waiting because they don't know what to do. How do they walk away from this? How do you walk away from this? How do you walk away from somebody who's so committed and so loyal, blindly loyal to you? Ready to push things forward no matter what. What kind of person just up and leaves that situation? No one. So now here he is, waiting. What do I do? What do I do? How long is it going to take? Maybe I'll get my stuff together one day. Maybe I won't. Do I? Don't I? Do I? Don't I? Here we are, Hangman. Okay? Hangman can also represent a break in the relationship. Okay? It can represent a period where things might have, maybe the wheels did fall off that Chariot and then you got stuck for a second, but then you could possibly get back on the road. Or this symbolizes that the breakup has happened and this person is kind of not processing the pain of the breakup. See this guy's face? All right, what kind of angle do I have it at? He's not really he's not really focused. Okay, he's not really too concerned. He's not really like, He doesn't really care. He's just like, yeah, I'm here. I'm just here. Okay, I broke up, and I know it's supposed to hurt, but he's just accepting the breakup in a casual way because he probably wasn't as deeply committed as you might have hoped. And if this is you, you know, you and I don't really know. I don't really see it being you, Cancer, for whatever reason, because this is you, okay? This is you. This is most likely you, because this is your loving, this is the loving nature of the Cancer. And if this is you, either you tried to do something and it didn't work out, and now you're here. But I really kind of feel like the energy of this card is telling me this is your partner, okay? And your partner, either you broke up and that person didn't really didn't really show any kind of emotion, like, okay, it's over, and you might be heartbroken, and they're just like, well, let's just move on and get this out of the way. All right, so let's move on to the future position. And in the future, the first card we have is the King of Pentacles. Okay, next card we have is the Ten of Cups. And the last card is the Three of Wands. Okay, so these cards represent the future of your relationship, or what happens as a result of your past cards. All right, so the King of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles signifies material success, right? Pentacles, of course, is the material realm. And in a love relationship, it can represent a wise man, possibly a wealthy man, all right? Not just any woman is going to win this man's heart. All right? And he's materially, he can provide. He's a provider. And he's happy to provide. That's his job. He's coming in to sweep you off your feet. He's coming in to help you with something. Okay? If you're struggling with something, whatever you need assistance with, the King of Pentacles is coming for you. He represents true love, a love that doesn't die. All right? This person will be around for a long time if this energy represents a person, and I feel like it does. All right? Like I said, they could sweep you off your feet, and this person's gonna love you for exactly who you are. All right, not for what you can do for them. He may do for you, but he's here to love you for who you are. So don't pretend to be somebody else. All right, don't there's no need to play games with this person. There's no need to go out of your way unnecessarily. There's no need to upset the balance of the relationship and give to this guy, because he sees you. He knows that you're a loving, giving person. So he's just here to give you the love that you've wanted and the love that you deserve. Okay. um he can also, this card, if it's not a person, right? And I'm not, okay, who am I? I'm not a psychic. But if this is not a person, then it can signal that your current relationship will move into a more comfortable place. So after we just coming out of the Hangman and the Chariot, perhaps you guys made it through the crossroad, okay? And now here you are at the King of Pentacles, and you guys are in a place where your relationship, or I mean, you guys are going to move into a place, because this is in the future. So you guys will move into a place that's more comfortable, and you will be able to take your relationship to the next level. All right. But if you're still not satisfied in the relationship, you're going to need to speak up in order for things to change. All right. Um, so yeah, this just represents good things in the future. Very, very good things in the future. This can also represent someone who is a Virgo. So this is complete, this man is the complete opposite of the man that we just saw in the Hangman. Because the Hangman card can sometimes symbolize Pisces. Pisces is ruled by Neptune. Neptune is the ruler of illusion. And, sometimes we lie to ourselves, or people lie to us, and that will leave us in a place where, wow, what do we do now? Which is, what the Hangman card symbolizes. All right, so the next card, we're moving on to the Ten of Cups. And I do imagine that if the King of Pentacles comes into your life and sweeps you off your feet and loves you like you've never been loved before, girl, your cups will be overflowing. Or girl or boy, guy, hey, whoever you are, your cups will be overflowing. This represents like happily ever after, okay? This represents community, celebration, family. It's a completion, it's the ultimate, the culmination of what you've wanted, okay? And who can provide that to you if that's what you've been waiting for? It's the King of Cups. So here you are, and this could be, maybe it's a wedding, or maybe it's just the happiness that you feel after going through a time of uncertainty, and then now being certain. This is certain. This person, this guy, there's no playing around with him. Okay, look at him. He is confident. He is sure. He is here. Okay, and this is what is the result of him coming into your life. Um, so relationship wise, it's telling you that basically there's nothing to worry about in your relationship. All right, you make your partner extremely happy, or they make you extremely happy. There's a strong feeling of togetherness, and just all around joyful time. All right. Now you do have to be careful to try not to self-sabotage, and the king of the Ten of Cups can also kind of symbolize a bit of arrogance in the relationship, and it could be you, or it could be your partner, because this guy, he might be a little bit arrogant. If he knows he's bringing a heck of a lot to the table, if he knows that he's loving you like you've never been loved before, he might have a little bit of arrogance to him, but don't let that ruin your happily ever after. Okay. um So let's see what else. What else do we want to say about this? I think that pretty much, basically in the future, contentment and emotional stability is coming for you. So this is coming for you in the future. Okay. Last card in this reading is the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands in this picture, this person is facing. They're facing the future. Okay. They're waiting. It's a card of inner balance. It's a card of patience. It's a card of basically um, where the Chariot was about pushing forward and pushing ahead. In this card, in the future, you are now more composed and hopeful and able to wait for your favorable outcome versus forging ahead to go get it, or pushing to move things forward. You're okay with things coming to you. Okay, you have the patience, you're full of hope, and you're just you know that your destiny is your destiny. All right? And the destiny may be uncertain, but you're being realistic about your life. You're not fantasizing, you're not idealizing anybody anymore. You are just ready for whatever is coming to you, and you're expecting that it's going to be favorable. All right? You can see the bigger picture. This card is just basically saying that hope springs eternal. Okay, Cancer? So, in your present position, basically, you're going to have a good outcome. You're going to have a good outcome despite yourself, is basically kind of what I'm seeing with this reading. So there's nothing but opportunity in this reading, and there may be a rough patch or a difficult period, or there may have been a difficult period for you, but things are going to turn out the way that they're supposed to. Okay, three of Wands. So I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I thank you for spending some time with me and allowing me to do this reading for you. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, thumbs up and like. And I hope to see you next month. All right. Happy birthday, Cancer.